Hey everyone, it's me, Chris from Body Nova Fitness Coaching, and I'm here today. We're going to talk about establishing your starting point, and I'm going to give you. This is going to be a living example, and hopefully, if he sticks with the program over time, we're going to watch one of my clients go through the process, so you can understand some of the reasons behind needing to be smart about your decisions, because a lot of people just think, okay, well, calories in, calories out, I just set that up and I just eat less, and everything takes care of itself, and that's not always the case. And there's also a point of it where you have to respect where someone came from in order to move forward. Okay, so in this case, client of mine, I believe he is 44. I'd have to double check that. 44, weighs about 184 pounds. Body fat is high. Okay, so this is a case of someone being, you could classify him as skinny fat, because his 184 to start. That is the weight of the average male, but if you see on him, that would be high. Okay, so he starts off at 180. He's starting off at 184. Body fat at 26%. All right, and we added a couple other things, because one of the things was his midsection, his gut. He wanted to trim that down as much as possible. So I did some circumference measurements there. So you can also keep track of that. But anyway, body fat 26%. There at 184 pounds, and you can see the lean body mass. And so as you can see here, at 184 pounds, he's 5'8". Okay, his around the belly button, he has 39-inch. We're gonna call it 39-inch waist or umbilical measurement, and you'll see his body fat is 26%. So that's saying that he carries 48 pounds of fat and 136 pounds of lean mass. That's going to come into play later when we talk about goals, okay? So, anyway, he's been working out for the past year, so he's not a complete newbie. But where he comes from, he had lost weight actually to get to this point. But it's a little different because you do behavior modifications. But because he has loftier goals, there's nothing wrong with behavior modification. With a lot of people starting out, having the right behaviors to get you in the right place is a great thing. But it's just that he has loftier goals. If you have lofty goals, there comes a point where you would have to graduate out of that and into counting calories, because, like, for example, getting enough protein is the issue. Having enough calories is the issue. And you're going to find out in this case here why that may be important for him. Okay. Also, so he's not new, but the whole thing with him is there's a lot of randomness. Okay. There's workouts. He just kind of does what he just feels like doing. So you can't say, you don't have a way of saying, okay, here's let's do more volume, or let's even do more weight or get you stronger, because everything is so random. If he gains any strength, it could be too long of a time before he performs such lift again, so that he could actually lose any gains that he makes. You see what I'm saying? Because there's a window of how much time you need to hit certain lifts or perform workouts and things like that before you start losing the improvements that you make. But it starts reverting back to your non-working out self and things like that. So there's a lot of randomness going on there. And so one of it was to establish a starting point. Okay, so we got a starting point with the body fat and the measurements and things like that. And so now it's all about his goal. So as I say this is going to be real crazy, because I asked him about his goal, and he honestly said, "Hey, Chris, I want to be more like you," and that's kind of floored me a little bit there, because I've been at it a while. I've been trying hard. We are close in age. I'm a little older, I believe, but we are close in age. Um, but I never think of myself as that example because I just do what I do. Okay, so if you compare him to me, he carries 136 pounds of lean body mass with 48 pounds of fat. Now, I'm lighter than he is. Okay, I only weigh about 175 pounds. All right, so and my body fat last I checked was 9. I altered between 9 and 11. Okay, so at 175 pounds with 9% body fat. Okay, so I carry 159 pounds of lean body mass. Okay, so my lean body mass is 159 pounds. So what's that saying is my lean body mass versus his, I'm 23 pounds heavier just by lean body mass, even though he weighs more on the scale. That's why the body fat and the other measurements become so important, because you can see stuff like this. Okay, otherwise, the way most people do it, they can't see stuff like this, and everything is just the numbers that you put in your face, as opposed to all of the whole picture. And we need the whole picture, and this gives you the route that you need to take. Okay, so also with that, hold on. So 175 minus 159.25. So I carry 15.75 pounds of body fat. So I'm slightly more than 20 pounds. I carry 20 less pounds of fat also. So that's kind of painting the picture. So he's going to have to lose some body fat in addition to gaining a large amount of muscle. So not knowing where he was coming from nutritionally, if he was eating way too little or whatever, I kind of set him a little closer to maintenance calories just to see what would happen, and that would kind of paint the whole picture there. The first phase of this, the whole thing was to get him organized. Okay, get a regular workout schedule, that he could follow, that's aimed towards allowing him to build muscle, maybe drop his body fat, if that allows to happen, if the recovery happens in the right way and allows that to happen, maybe gain some strength so that at a later date when we really, really want to go specifically at fat loss, he can train a little bit harder. I'll post his workout here. And as we got the workout up, you'll see this is just a basic. He wanted push, pull, and legs, so I made that for him. And we're going to see how this do. I'm going to talk more about that in a later video. But now that I've got the body fat, okay, I got the body fat, so I can figure out how many calories to give him. I can figure out his macros from that, and how much protein he's going to need at the bare minimum to start, to go along with his goal. And that's why I did this. I wanted you guys to understand that, this information isn't just vanity if you know what to do with it. You can use it, plug it into an equation to help you figure out where to go with your calories, maybe where you want to go in relation with your goal, with your workouts, and how to macros, whether I give him more carbs or less carbs, more protein, less protein, high fat, low carb, high carb, low fat. What can he do? And you don't get that information if you don't go through these procedures.